Let me look at this Concord video.
This video was sponsored by
Ain't sponsored by me.
Not entirely true, but either way, no, E.T. is not the biggest flop in gaming history. For one, the game actually sold kinda well. I mean, it didn't sell as well as Atari expected, but it sold over a million units.
They were shutting down, PlayStation were shutting down places that they had in areas just so that they can put more money, liquidize or whatever the hell that term is, put more money towards making Concord. Yo. Imagine losing your job because they're shutting your PlayStation building down just so they can use the money and put it towards fucking Concord. Like, imagine finding out a couple days ago that that's why you lost your job back then. And I've seen people on Twitter that used to work there pissed.
To make. In the early days of video games, the average cost to develop a game like
so
this
bad,
was
dude.
hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then the rest would go into marketing. Nowadays, it's pretty common for a lot of games to cost hundreds of millions of dollars, and then they still got to pay for marketing.
You spent 8 years working on a game that even last
for a lot of games.
Like,
we got to do some guesswork.
Not even.
And one of the easiest ways to do this is to look at the concurrent player count on Steam. How many people are playing at the same time? Yes, I know most people who are playing video games probably aren't just on Steam, but it's the only metric we have, and we can kind of extrapolate from there. The biggest games will have a few 100,000 players playing all at once. Some will even manage to break into the millions. Of course, it's extremely embarrassing when a game like Suicide Kill the Justice League, a AAA massive live service by WB, only managed to have a peak player count of 13,000 players. This game probably cost hundreds of millions of dollars.
I wasn't playing this because this came out during Elden Ring DLC or something.
Dead on arrival. But even single player games can flop.
Let me see. Kill the. There it is. Damn, it's $70. Oh fuck. Okay, so red flag, but hey. Oh, it didn't even show how much people are playing it. What month did it come out? February. I was playing Tekken, and what else was I playing back then? I think I was doing Yakuza stuff, maybe.
Forspoken, remember that? Yeah, that had a peak of 12,579 players.
Damn.
For context, the 5-year-old indie game Risk of Rain 2
that game
has
popped
almost
off.
40,000 players.
Risk of Rain, I have a bunch of friends that play this.
Skull and Bones, Ubisoft's infamous quadruple A pirate adventure, reportedly couldn't even sell 1 million units. Damn. It sold way less copies than Hot Wheels Unleashed, which did not cost hundreds of millions of dollars to make. And at least so far, these 3 games have been easily the top contenders for the...
Concord is... Why would you put the game $60 when, like, the other versions of because it's a hero shooter like Overwatch, right? Or like Marvel Rivals, right? Those games are free. Those are free live service games. Why would you put... Who's gonna play Concord over Overwatch or something? When the same game, the game that plays the damn near the same, well, same type, is free. Like, I don't know. I mean, you could kind of argue that. Why would you? Okay, if that's the argument. When 2K is free, why would you buy a Street Fighter or something or whatever the fuck? But like, that's different. That's going from money to being free. This is going the opposite way. This is going the opposite direction. Like,
the biggest
you're not about to change that. The audience that plays those games are used to those games being free. That's why it works so well with 2K. We're not used to fighting games being free. But if you take that and do the opposite, it's like, what the fuck?
In money earned.
It was online too? Yeah, no, I didn't play it. Yeah, I'll probably play it for a video.
Nobody talks about that.
Oh, I mean, off stream for a video.
With Concord. When I want to ride a bike or row a boat or imagine I'm rowing a real boat, I find the easiest way to avoid public indecency charges
I'll
is
probably
to
play it on
wear
stream, just not yet, not until I play it.
This is why I'm glad Fabletics sent me some of their stuff. High quality, lightweight activewear that looks good and feels great. One of my big problems with going golfing or leaving my house is that general etiquette dictates that you look presentable, and my wardrobe generally consists of things that border on tasteless. But with Fabletics, I don't have to worry about that. Fabletics has a large collection of clothing, from t-shirts to jackets to pants to shorts to pants to jackets to t-shirts to hats.
Holy shit.
And everything in between.
What the hell?
For me, it's perfect. I like all-purpose clothing. I like stuff that looks good in any situation, is functional, and most importantly, comfortable. I like comfortable clothes. So with signing years ago, died a couple description. It had a lot of hype surrounding it. The ex-Bungie staff, it had a lot of hype surrounding it because of that fact a few years ago.
Sponsor? I was tabbed out.
Couple this with the fact that it was a PlayStation Studios game, and people expected this would be the next big thing. But that hype died away the moment the first trailer dropped. It looked like another generic hero
game by
shooter,
PlayStation
you know, a
Studios
game
to be
where
good.
players select from a cast of characters with unique powers and work as a team to complete objectives. Another Overwatch clone in 2024.
Literally.
Not only that, the game looked like an obvious Guardians.
Well, how much time they said they made this game? 8 years? 8 years ago. That's probably why they started working on the game, like I said. 8 years ago, games of this type were popular as fuck. But it took 8 years. Games like Overwatch is not popular anymore. That's not the wave right now. Back then, yeah. That's why, like, you saw Hi-Rez doing, what was it, Paladins or Realm Royale? Which one was it? I think it was Paladins. Like, that shit's not it no more. Like, that's when you saw, like, the Fortnite clones and stuff. It's not the wave right now. They took way too long to make the game. 2, it's $60 fucking or whatever the hell price it is instead of free. Like,
it was clearly inspired by the films, which it's just weird because it's like.
And 3,
it's not Guardians of the Galaxy.
Whatever the fuck number I'm on.
There was other
doesn't even look good.
But
it doesn't look like a game that's been made for 8 years.
Now, honestly, most people did expect Concord to be a flop. I think everybody, with the exception of maybe a few journalists, knew this was going down.
Journalists are defending this shit on Twitter.
How bad it could do. I mean, after all, the main competition,
Overwatch just looks way
really
cooler.
Doing that great at the moment.
I mean, yeah,
Valve
but like,
is developing its own hero shooter, but
way
that's
better.
Not publicly available right now. And Marvel Rivals, yet another hero shooter,
this game
is set
looks
to
amazing
in December, so it's not out yet. So this game
out of all the games, Marvel Rivals looks the coolest to me.
Not really. Now this game was $40, and those other titles are free.
It was $40?
Sony just released a live
Why is there a
service
price on it?
$40. That turned out pretty well for them. This game also bypassed the microtransactions and battle passes up front, just offering a complete package, which is something a lot of people said they wanted. But even still, this game is almost definitely the biggest flop in gaming history. We don't know the exact budget. It could be 50 million, 100 million, 150, or even 200 or more.
Even it being in the millions is already crazy.
Know, but we know it cost a lot of money.
If it was 8 years of development,
had huge expectations for this project.
It definitely was
8 years to develop.
It definitely was
already
almost probably
Amazon's gaming anthology TV
30
series,
plus for sure.
Secret Level, to make a Concord episode.
How much a million is, man?
That has a dedicated episode by PlayStation is God of War. This was supposed to be a big deal. Less people are playing Concord on Steam.
They were hoping for this game to make money.
Who made the game?
Their shares and shit, their shareholders and stuff are gonna be pissed.
Plastered all over that storefront.
They're expecting us to fill a gap to make them some money. For one of the other games that probably ended.
Too many. This was not in the top 10 games sold for the week or the top 20.
The amount of money they put towards 30.
This. And for a new
their shareholders are not gonna be happy.
For a AAA live service console exclusive game, this is dead on arrival.
Imagine you were an investor
if it's still around.
And you see this shit that you invested in,
and it's difficult to convey.
This is what PlayStation used the money you gave them to make.
This is the kind of game that will live in the history books. Something that the executives will study relentlessly to figure.
I'd fucking cry. If I'm an investor and I gave PlayStation money to put towards a hero shooter and they make this shit, and it's 60 players peak, 600 millions of dollars. Holy fuck.
Figure out what went wrong.
I fucking scream.
What went wrong? So I bought the game, wanted to see.
Dude, that's not even big deal. Like, honestly, if they have 600 peak players, that's not even enough to make, like, I don't even know. What do I even compare that shit to? Like, that'll only, like, pay the water bill in the building for, like, a fucking couple months. Like, you can't even do nothing. You can't even commission more more DLC or anything. It's a live service game too. You can't even pay artists to make more shit.
There is a time trial mode in the game where you go around and shoot targets and dodge obstacles and stuff. And I did terrible in my extremely unoptimized run. And I'm still in the top.
And the game has loads of reused assets from other games and stuff. Like, we're not even talking about that stuff.
How few people are playing this game.
Come on, let's.
So why did it fail? I guess first of all, we could talk about the pricing.
Why did you
do that? The game costs $40. That is a barrier of entry that the other competitors don't have.
This is the roster. Hold on.
So how few people?
None of these characters look cool. Anyone see anyone they'd play? They all look lame. I don't see a single character I don't want to play. Not at all. I'm not feeling nobody. Everybody looks fucking weird and like not cool.
Are playing this game.
I told you to like random ass cyberpunk NPCs. Like, what is this robot supposed to be?
Competitors that are free to play.
I thought this was a trash can. You take the arms off of it. It looks like a trash can.
Doesn't look very unique. Looks kind of generic. People are not gonna pay $40.
This must be like R2D2 or something.
Guardians of the Galaxy knockoff. When the competitors are again
the characters
free.
just don't look
Number
cool.
Three, the third thing.
They said the stuff was
is
the character interaction or whatever.
The culture war.
They said they wanted a cool character interaction while you're loading into the game, so it would play like a loaded cutscene between two characters or something like that.
When the hipsters
I don't want interaction between none of these characters. They all look lame to me. I don't care about them.
Half of them were really.
The reason why Overwatch is so successful is that people love those damn characters, bro. They like. Do you know how many Tracer stands or whatever the fuck that? What is that character? The sniper chick. Do you know how many stands there are of that character or diva stands on Twitter and shit? They love those damn characters. I don't think anyone's falling in love with these characters. Like, that's important in a game like this. That's why Overwatch was so successful. Yeah, Widowmaker. They love those damn characters. I don't, like, you saw the roster. I don't think anyone's, like, bruh. Nah, bruh.
Playing the important thing.
I mean, some like the Overwatch characters for other things, but we're not gonna get into that. That is not what we're gonna get into. The character designs and stuff are sick in Overwatch. Like Genji, Hanzo, and shit. Those shits are sick. Genji's fun as fuck.
Exposed. So if you don't know, the culture war started back
Genji.
in the 2010s
so damn fun.
when the hipsters had a great schism amongst
and he looks cool as shit.
Half of them were really
his character design is cool. Same thing with Hanzo.
Frappes.
Same thing with McCree.
Half was into
before he got changed to what is his name now? What's McCree's name? Cassidy. It's Cassidy now or something like that.
Electro.
Those characters are sick.
In hand brewed coffee. They started fighting and it kind of just went
like
off
Winston.
The rails
Winston is sick too.
Most people don't know anything about Concord except for two things. They know that it has these character designs and that the robot has pronouns in its bio. This got the game memed into a
okay, I don't know why that's so funny to me.
From the moment it was
that's funny as shit.
Field, it was doomed to be labeled as
on a robot
by the internet.
Let's
by the
get
target demographic.
We got pronouns on a robot. Let's get it.
It would have more players. Yes, if it was a
I don't know why it's so
funny to me, but
let's get it.
If it wasn't a hero shooter or wasn't so generic,
it's such a random thing to add.
Players. But the problem here is not that the game didn't have enough players.
Let's get it.
That it didn't have any players. This is
funny,
a disaster,
bro.
unlike anything the gaming industry has seen before.
This game is peak.
You just gotta ask yourself,
bro. If I played and saw that, I'd have cried laughing. I don't know why it's so funny. It just is.
A lot of it's the character designs. It is. If Concord had the same character designs as the first Descendants,
holy shit,
each hero looked like this.
He's spitting. Hey, he's spitting. Who the fuck is this? This dude looks like you get the job done. Same thing with him. I mean, look, we're not gonna talk about the girls, but these dudes look sick.
You think that the game would have sold more or less copies? And of course, I can't ignore the monkey in the room.
Oh yeah, and this is not a good time to drop a game like
from
this.
A Chinese studio based on Journey to the West managed to sell 10 million copies in 3 days.
Hello, Wukong players are
this week
playing that shit over Concord.
Many of these sales are going to be from the game's home country, but a lot are still from Americas, in the Europes, and whatever other places are out there. It is by far the top-selling game on PlayStation right now, as opposed to the game that was made by PlayStation.
Bro, y'all ain't see the oh man, Y'all ain't see the petition? I don't even know if this is real, but this petition. We were busy that week. Please release Concord again. I don't think this is even real. This has got to be fake, first off. But like, we were busy that week. Please release Concord again. It's too late. It's closed now. But like, that's fucking hilarious.
So why are so many people interested in playing this random Chinese action game as opposed to Concord? Well, I mean, Black Myth Wukong looks fun, but like not 10 million copies in 3 days fun. But yeah, pretty much unparalleled numbers except for the biggest releases in gaming history. This game is getting absurd concurrent numbers on Steam. And I think
Wukong is a fun game, but like there's other games like it, so I don't think it's gonna win Game of the Year, but I don't know.
We're seeing a reverse boycott. So remember how the media
Metaphor still has to drop in the
early 2000s?
One more other game I forgot.
Was saying how bad Grand Theft Auto was for the moral health of our society. How the games were degenerate and evil and bad and so on and so forth. Now what did this do? This gave GTA more publicity. Gamers heard that.
That's the only reason why I feel like Wukong won't win Game of the Year. It's a fun ass game and it's sick. It's cool as shit, but like, it's not something we haven't seen before. But yeah, it has fuckloads of players, but like, I mean, we all know that Game of the Year isn't up to the community. Remember, this happened last year and the year before that. It's not up to the community. It's up to goddamn the reviewers and shit. The press or whatever the hell that are like the council of whatever the fuck. I forgot. The game critics. Yes, there you go. That's the right term. It's up to the game critics. I can't think right now. I don't know. All I can think about is Street Fighter. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's up to them.
And it got them.
It's not up to the community. There is a player choice award, a community vote award, but it's only like
big as
one
any game
this year.
Can get. Not because it's still that
Baldur's robbed everyone.
It's really not.
It didn't though. Baldur's
got the ball.
Baldur's is an amazing ass game. I've seen gameplay. It looks fun. It looks like I probably get addicted to it too because I like turn-based games. But the reason why Baldur's won is because Baldur's is a crazy ass game, and there's not much like it, man. I really feel like Baldur's is an insane game, which it is, but like that's why it won. It's not something that we've seen before constantly. That's why I feel like Wukong Part won't win. It's fun and it's cool as shit. It's a good ass game, but like we've seen other games that are just like it though, that also haven't won Game of the Year before or have won before. But I don't know. Maybe it still will win, but I have no fucking clue.
The same thing happened with Black Myth Wukong. Game journalists have had a bone to pick with this game for a while.
Wait,
for
why?
Reasons that I'm not really
Chinese media refused to.
But long story short, they kept saying, "Don't play this game. Don't play this game." And just like GTA, it got people curious.
Oh, but they're saying play Concord, huh?
Why shouldn't I play this game? Is it really that
They say
problematic?
don't play it. They say don't play it, but they say play Concord.
Safe, friendly, broad, marketable.
Nah, that's crazy.
Release, corporate slop, cringe. You get to this point where there are two completely unrelated.
They want us to play Concord, but they say don't play
getting
Wukong.
Compared because one represents the establishment and the other represents the thing that the game journalists don't want you to know about. Did every single person who bought Monkey Game buy it simply because an article on IGN made them angry?
Wait, what?
No, probably not. But it got people talking. They bought the game.
Bro, people do not care, bro. They're trying to play a game.
GTA,
like, no one cares about that stuff, dog.
As for Concord, people just
I don't even know what the topic is with
it.
Game players do not care.
Wow,
they just want to play the damn game, bro.
I'm not going to buy that. I'm not going to play that. And if you want one short, quick, concise answer to why Concord failed, that is it. This is it. But if you want a longer one, I can provide that as well. Okay, so do you know how long it took Naughty Dog to make
the original? I was gonna add this to the Infer list.
I would be astonished if it's still around this time next year. And it's difficult to convey how long.
I was gonna add Uncharted to the Infer list. I forgot to do that, so I'll do that now.
It took Naughty Dog to make the original Uncharted. It took 2 years.
Forgetting to do that.
Started development in 2005, released in 2007. Concord took 8 years to make. This is astonishing. This is baffling. I mean, I've played the game. It feels polished. I believe that a lot of work went into this.
I already uploaded all this. This is finished though. I need to add the playlist. Let's put it right here. Uncharted. I don't care if I spelled it wrong. Which I did spell it wrong.
But 8 years is wild. A lot can change in
8 years. I don't know how it took 8 years to make
Concord. In
Concord.
terms of culture. Imagine if the original Uncharted took 8 years to make. That would have meant that it started development in 1999.
So imagine if
the gaming
a Pokemon game took 8 years to
lot
make
in these 8 years.
and wasn't rushed.
The top grossing game that
shit
released
would be
in 1999
like the game of all time.
was not some action game or some FPS. It was Donkey Kong 64. And the original Pokemon games were still topping all the sales charts. GameSpot's game
Imagine
of the
if
year
Game Freak
was
actually had 8
Soul
years to
Calibur.
make a Pokemon
If Naughty Dog
game,
did
man,
start developing
because every game they make is like a year,
they would have
year
no
half.
idea what the gaming landscape.
Now they're finally
culture
starting to
would
take their
even look
time,
like
but still.
by the year 2007. Naughty Dog was releasing games
Crash
like
Bandicoot.
Crash Team Racing around this time. So yeah, a
It
lot
would
can
have
happen
voice
in 8
lines.
years. So now in 2024, we got to go back 8 years
That's
ago.
the
and
one
see
thing
when
they
Concord
refuse to
began
do. I
development, what
don't
was
know
going
why.
through their heads.
Even the mobile game Pokemon Masters has voice lines, so I don't get
It's
it.
2016.
And even in the
big
show,
game
they
was
have their
Overwatch,
voice actors,
the
they just
original
don't use them.
Overwatch, a game that was not
'Cause,
initially
too
free
lazy,
to play.
crunch
This is
time.
why it makes sense that Concord isn't free to play. That standard didn't exist when this game began development. Guardians of the Galaxy was one of the most popular IPs. The idea of big team-ups and wacky characters was ingrained in culture. Live services were still a novel and interesting idea on game consoles.
Yeah.
They were golden gooses that kept laying golden eggs, the gift that
Yeah,
keeps
8 years ago
on
when they
giving.
started development,
And
the
also
game,
there was a lot of culture war stuff going on in
how
2016.
the gaming
Remember
culture worked was completely
Ghostbusters
different, bro.
2016? It felt like a new
We're selling
American
games and
civil
stuff.
war was gonna break out over discourse of this film.
Ghostbusters?
Maybe this is what the
What was that?
developers imagined people
Answer
would
the
want
call.
8 years from then.
remember
Maybe these
that.
decisions were made later, but clearly
It feels like they were
this
stuck
long
8 years ago,
development
honestly.
cycle
How did they not
do this
like
game
evolve with the
anything?
times and say,
And
oh
what does it
shit,
have
maybe
to
we should
show
put this
for
game
it?
free?
The visuals, the graphics. I mean,
Games
yeah, it
of
looks
this type
impressive.
aren't popular
A lot of work
anymore.
went into motion capture.
Let's put the game
but
free or something.
That also meant that they couldn't
make money from
change
skins.
the character designs after the massive backlash. All of those fancy textures and particle effects and animations and graphics did literally nothing
Like
to save
Stellar
this game
Blade,
from being the biggest
I don't even know if
flop.
Stellar Blade is even a good game. They literally just put cake on that chick and it sold like fucking candy. Like, it's not that hard. Like, it's not that hard, I promise you. As crazy as that sounds, I don't even know if the fucking game is good. I played the demo, it was good. But like, I don't even know if the full game is even good at all. Literally, you know what to do to get people to play your game, bro. Just do it. Fuck it.
If you need proof that good graphics alone
Instead, they give us that character model, whatever the fuck that
this
pink
is
chick
it.
was.
This right here. But also, this shows
I am
that
still gonna play
you
Stellar
can't
Blade.
just
I haven't gotten
have
around
good
to it yet.
gameplay either, because the gameplay isn't that bad. There's so many other external factors.
I'm sure the
that
gameplay isn't
contributed
bad, it
to
just-
this game's failure. Look,
the
this
game don't
is
look
too
cool.
bloated. There's way too many cooks in this
I don't care how the
kitchen,
gameplay
all
is. The
trying
game
to
don't
check
look
off
cool or
boxes
fun
of
to
what
play at
they
all.
imagined would result in the largest number
Or like,
of possible
the characters
sales.
don't look appealing,
They
my
wanted
bad.
to appeal
The
to
characters don't
everybody,
look appealing
and
to
by
me
doing
at all.
that, they appealed to nobody. I think it's horrifying to think about what Sony could
It's like
have
one of the
spent
main
their
reasons why I
time
play
and money on
fighting
instead
games
of
over certain fighting games over other fighting games. I play Street Fighter. I think Akuma is cool as shit. It's not that hard. Like, I just need a character. If you give me a fighting game and you have a character I like, cool. I don't care how the character plays. I'll still play it. The characters don't look cool to me.
Concord.
Like, it's
for
that
one, they
simple.
could have not shut down Japan Studio. A new Twisted Metal.
I need cool characters.
I would have
That's like
taken
all I ask.
PlayStation Home 2
I just want cool
over
shit.
this. Companies will analyze.
I don't
this
got no cool shit to
failure
me.
for
I'm
years
just not
to
gonna
come,
play.
because it did everything wrong. And that's unique. This is a unique way to fail. But I imagine Sony already knows this. See, for a while, Sony has been trying to push for more live service games from its biggest franchises. Last of Us Online, Horizon Online. And Bungie, who they acquired a few years ago, was supposed to be in charge
you love
of
BlazBlue,
managing
but never
all of
mind.
this.
BlazBlue doesn't have a new version of the game yet. When they get a new version, sure, I'll gladly play it. Until then, I'm not playing BlazBlue. Like, for example, MK, I can't fucking stand that damn game. But I like Scorpion, so I'll indulge in some damn Scorpion. Speaking of MK, I gotta look at that trailer after this. But I'll indulge in some damn Scorpion.
But it turns out the situation at Bungie, it was
Elgin
just
is complete dog shit, but I'll still play Tekken though.
a complete mess.
I don't care how trash he is, I'll still play him.
Stuff was bad. Stuff is really bad. A lot of
Legit
projects for
Strikers Out of
PlayStation
Chaos?
Studios
Yeah,
got
they're not the
canceled.
first person to do
A lot of
that.
live services, a lot of
What's his name?
staff
Rag
got
did
laid
that same
off,
thing.
And Bungie was basically
So many people that think
restructured.
Happy Cows
At
is
the time,
cool
I
and
thought
it
this was pretty drastic.
Buy strikes.
I mean, Sony had spent a lot.
That's all you need to sell a copy of a game.
Maybe this,
even if you don't even play it, they got your money.
To Concord. Like, Sony would have had the pre-order numbers
just
on
need
this
cool
game,
shit.
And, like,
that's all I ask for in games. I want cool shit.
Steam. You know, it would have been bad. This is astonishing to me. I've never seen a game.
Even if it's something we've seen before,
in terms of,
as long as it's fucking cool. That's all we ask.
This game was such a catastrophe. It probably
you know how many games have edgy samurai guy
service games.
I'll still buy that shit.
You should have just made a new Killzone, Sony. Should have made a new Killzone. Probably not with these character designs though. I don't know if that would. I don't think that would go
edgy
over
cool
very
wing
well.
samurai
Again,
guy.
huge thanks
I'll
to
play that shit still. Like, that's all you. I just need cool shit, bro. Like, it's not that hard, bro. Let me look at the MK trailer and we can play some of the DMC. Will I play MK though? Probably not, unless the time is right.